Combination is basically selection, as we discussed earlier also. Say for example, if you watch a movie where there are your two favorite actors, say Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks. Now, whether it is Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise, it makes no difference. But when the credits roll, whose name comes first, Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise, right? It does make a difference to their legion of fans, and maybe to themselves also. However, in modesty they may claim. Say for example, the biggest individual award in football, Ballon d'Or. Whether Messi and Ronaldo are nominated or Ronaldo and Messi are nominated, it's one and the same thing. For the objective audience, the fans of football, not necessarily to their passionate followers, but whether Messi wins or whether Ronaldo wins, nowadays have reached a proportion which can actually change the global climate, right? That would be permutation. But selection of individuals is combination. Okay, the formula goes like this. It's NCR. Again, something which looks very familiar. Brings back dreadful memories of school. But we'll again try to make it as simple and easy to understand as possible. We'll try our best to do that. NCR is equal to n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. Now here you see it's a little more elaborate than NPR. The additional term in the denominator is r factorial. The elaborate does not increase complexity, it actually reduces complexity. Because more terms in denominator means much is cancelled out with numerator, the calculation becomes easy. Also, from here we get straight away we can understand that NCR is same as NCn minus r. For example, 10C3 is same as 10C7, and both of them, each of them is equal to 10 factorial by 7 factorial into 3 factorial. So 20C15 is same as 20C5. 20 factorial by 15 factorial into 5 factorial. 12C9 is same as 12C3. 12 factorial by 9 factorial into 3 factorial, and so on and on and on. Which leads us to certain simple conclusions which we should memorize. We should never ever take the trouble of calculating them, we should know them by heart. NC0, select nothing out of N. NCN, select everything. So rejecting everything, selecting everything, there is only one way. NC1, select one. NCn minus 1, select everyone except one person, which means reject one. So select one, reject one, there is only one way, N. NC2, select 2, NCn minus 2, reject 2. These are the number of ways in which you can achieve that. Why do I include this in the things that you should know or be able to calculate fast? Because if you look at this expression, n and n minus 1 are two successive numbers, two consecutive numbers, and their product is to be divided by 2. If you take any two consecutive numbers, one of them is bound to be even, 5, 6, 13, 14, 9, 10 and so on. So the even number will get cancelled out by 2, and therefore it's a simple multiplication. For example, say 13CD, 13 into 12 by 2, 13 into 6, 78. For example, say 19C17, which is same as 19C2, so 19 into 18 by 2, 19 into 9, 171, and so on, right? So these three at least we should know. For example, what is 17C0? 1. What is 15C1? 15. What is 12C11? 1? No. Yes? Yes, 1. What is 10C10? 1. 12C11 is actually 12, sorry. 10C10 is 1, right? Okay. Now let's come to an extension of this. The next thing we'll do is, because you have understood the formula now, we will learn how to calculate this fast now. Okay. So I'll suggest a simple method how we can, maybe institutionalize something. Because any which way it's not very difficult to calculate, but if we formulate a method which we use in all conditions, our job becomes a little easy. So whenever we come across an NCR, we have a certain way of doing it. As we know already, NCR is equal to NCn minus r. So n will be constant, but here you have two choices, to focus on r or n minus r. Always focus on the lower of the two numbers. For example, if the question is 17C11, which is same as 17C6, focus on 17C6, right? Then how do we go about solving this? The answer will be equal to 17 into 16 into 15 into 14 into 13 into 12. That is 6 numbers starting from 17 in the descending order, divided by 6 factorial, which is equal to 720. If you solve this, you will get your answer. Okay, for example, 12C9 is equal to 12 into 11 into 10 by 6. Because 12C9 is same as 12C3, the smaller number 3. So 3 numbers starting from 12, 12, 11, 10, divided by 3 factorial, which is 6. So what is your answer? 220, right? So this is to understand how to calculate your NCR fast. Now because we know that NCR is basically selection, let's try out a couple of questions. For example, say there are 7 boys and say 6 girls. You have to select say 6 of them. So first question is select 6. Though the information is given in terms of gender, the question does not place any constraint in terms of gender. If there is no constraint in the question, we can presume that we can select any number of boys or any number of girls. So the question now becomes select 6 out of 13, which is 13C6, right? 13C6, let's calculate this also for the sake of calculation, another practice. 10 into 9 into 8 into 7. So 10 into 9 into, right? 6 numbers divided by 720. Which would be what? 8 into 9 into 10, cancelled out. 13 into 12 into 11. 13 into 12, 156. 156 into 11, 1716 is our answer. So second one. Let's select 4 boys and 2 girls. So 4 boys can be selected, 7C4, and 2 girls can be selected as 6C2. The critical thing is to understand that we are multiplying. Remember, when do we multiply? When the actions are independent of each other. One action does not have any bearing on the other action. The selection of boys in no way influences the selection of girls. 7C4, these are the kind of calculation we should do very fast. Same as 7C3, so 765 by 6, which is 35. 6C2, 6 into 5 by 2, which is 15. 35 into 15 will be 520. Right? Say the question is more men than women. That comes across as such a misogynist question. I realized that after writing it. In this world of feminism, I should have definitely said more women than men. That gets you applause from men also nowadays. We live in weird times. Any which ways, more men than women. And you have to select 6. Okay, 6 selections, more men than women. Which means number of men can be 4, women can be 2. Number of men can be 5, women can be 1. Or number of men can be 6, women can be 0. They haven't told us that I have to select at least 1 woman. So I can also have a situation of 6 men and 0 women. I don't think I'm helping my case with the women here. That way I'm going out here. Any which ways, I'll try to focus on that here. So 4 men, 2 women. Which means out of 7 I select 4 men. Out of 6 women I select 2 women. Out of 7 I select 5 men. Out of 6 I select 1 woman. Out of 7 I select 6 men. Out of 6 I select 0 women. 7C4 into 6C2 is something we have already done, which is 525. 7C5 is 7C2, so this will be 21. Into 6C1 is 6. 21 into 6, 126. 7C6 is 7. 6C0 is 1, so this will be 7. So this will come as 658, and that is our answer. Alright, so we understand how to go about solving these simple combination questions. Right? If the constraints are given, first take care of constraints and then go ahead and solve it. Alright, now we will do different type of combination situations in terms of distributions, selections and all, identical objects and all. We'll do all this in the subsequent session. Alright, thank you.